Hi there, welcome to another episode on the Work Boss podcast where we share best practices in the workplace and how you can do things differently. Hi, I'm Natasha from the growth marketing team here at LHR, and today I'm joined here with Kenneth Chan from Zappy Production to discuss the importance of virtual customer engagement. So let me bring Kenneth on real quick so that he can give a brief introduction of himself first. Okay, hi
Hi
Kenneth.
everyone. Hi, Natasha. Thanks for putting me on the show. My name is Kenneth. I'm the founder of Zappy Production. We create high quality customizable animations for you to show off your products and services. Actually, we do a lot of other things inside there because we create a lot of creative contents. So we do things like augmented reality, virtual reality, virtual events, as well as actually we have a studio in Sunway, which is called Green Robot Studio. That's especially for our virtual events where we have a green background. You can actually put all the fancy stages and stuff, as well as I'm a LinkedIn coach as well. So actually I do coach people and teach people about LinkedIn, what's the best way to use LinkedIn and connect with people and do marketing lah. So yeah.
Yeah. So basically, as you can tell, customer engagement is quite important in terms of Kenneth's field of expertise because he talks about virtual events and stuff. So with that being said, Kenneth, like in your opinion, like why is customer engagement so important for businesses these days?
Well, I think okay, this is my take of customer engagement lah. So for me, as a MNC or as a personal brand or anything, right, you have to engage and touch base with your customers. In terms of marketing or anything, like marketing is reaching out. So after you reach out to your customers, let's say in terms of virtual events, right? After you reach out to the customer, they come to your virtual event, right? Then within the virtual event, let's say 1 or 2 hours, right? It gets pretty dull and boring because you're all stuck at home watching it from the screen, right? So if you don't engage with them, right, it's going to be like super, they're just watching a show and then they got nothing to do, that kind of thing. But of course, in the movies kind of way, right? There's like the beginning where they make you a bit, kancheong, and then slowly it rises up, and then it becomes more like exciting, that kind of things. And then we reach the climax, and then it goes back down to the ending. So in a movie, there's this kind of thing, but in a virtual event, it's like a mixture of a movie as well as you have to maybe give them some chats, some question to answer, or maybe in between you make some gamification where the MC actually the MC actually engage with the audience. They ask them some questions or play some games, so you can win some prizes. So that's one of it lah. But if you go on the virtual exhibition kind of way, it's like a normal physical event where you have gamification. Every booth you go, you can win a prize. So we have it in the game world as well. So in this game world, right, they go booth by booth, right, they can collect more points. The more they engage in and play around in this virtual world, right, the more points they get. So all these engagements makes the entire how I put it, the entire event more fun lah. So at least they don't come in, right, they got nothing to do. They just see it's going to be dull and boring, and then they get bored, and then they just lose their attention. Then the whole reason that we start doing this event is actually to educate them and teach them and let them play and then learn more about this event. But if you don't engage them, right, they will be so bored, they don't know what to do, and then they will just like fizzle out lah. And then the whole purpose of doing the whole objective of the entire virtual event will be just wasted lah.
Definitely. And especially like I feel these days when our attention span has kind of gotten shorter and shorter due to like watching Netflix and stuff like that. Like everything is like instant gratification. So if you don't feel like you're talking to someone in an event, then you just lose interest after a while.
Yes, I agree with you. Attention span now is getting shorter and shorter and shorter because I am a LinkedIn coach. So that I did a research, right? Do you know that, Natasha, right? Within 8 seconds, right? Let's say now I'm a HR person looking for I'm a headhunter lah. I'm looking through. Let's say I'm looking through your profile. Let's say I'll be looking through multiple profile, of course. Let's say what do you do, Natasha? I mean, what's your profession? What if you don't mind sharing?
Okay, yeah, sure. So basically what I do is digital marketing and also
okay. So imagine digital marketer, right? So imagine the thousands and thousands and thousands of digital marketers out there, right? They will be going through all these profiles. No? They're going to Natasha, they're going to Sarah, or maybe Aaron, Elvin, and stuff, right? So they go see like 10, 20 profiles, right? So it's only, I mean, based on my research, right, it only takes 8 seconds for them to bump their profile. So within the 8 seconds, right, if your profile, let's say your picture is not right, or your banner's not right, or your keywords are not right, right? They were just like, okay, within 8 seconds, if you don't capture the attention within 8 seconds, you just lose them lah. So in the context of virtual events, the same as well. Like if you always need to have certain elements inside there to keep capturing their attention, or like they need to get engaged or do something. Like if not, like like you said, because of like our instant gratification in this world now, We are just so everything's moving so fast, right? You just one beep, like just now there's a WhatsApp sound on my computer, so it's like already distracting me. So imagine you are working, and then you're watching a virtual event, and then your kids are there, and then there's your handphone there, and there's your laptop in front of you, some email pop up, or some WhatsApp pop up, or some I don't know what else you guys do, but I have there's Facebook, Instagram, and whatever TikTok. So it's like there's so many things that's catching you, is there to just grab your attention. So yeah, so you're right about that.
Yeah, for sure though. But do you feel like over the years, since you've been in this industry for quite like a few years
Wow.
now, right? Yeah. So like, do you think it's even harder right now compared to last time, since like our attention span is shorter? Like, how do you really make sure that, okay, when I have this client and I have to produce like a good virtual event for them, like how do I make sure that I can guarantee that I will have like a engaging audience for this person?
Okay, so how I put it is, yeah, you're right. Through the years, actually, there's this Netflix show talking about, especially about social media and how scary it is, lah. I mean, it can be a scary thing, it can be a good thing, but if it's how I put it, if people are not aware about this and they're not educated about it, right, it can be a scary thing because there are statistics and actually research online that shows that social media is actually very unhealthy for especially children or young adults or children because they don't understand. I mean, there's this thing like called cyberbullying and stuff like that, which is it can be very harmful for children who are not aware of social media lah. And then sorry, I think I off the question a bit. What's the main question again?
No worries, no worries. Yeah, so like what are some of the like most
I remember you said
yeah.
for 5 years. Yeah, so in order to get their engagement at this time and this short time period span, right, with this whole attention grabbing things all around you, we have to be spot on now. So I think one of the most main key factor, especially doing a virtual event or a show or a video or whatever content you turn out, right? You have to understand the customer pain point. You have to understand your customer avatar. If you know and understand your customers, right, they will be drawn to you lah, because like it's all about emotions, ma. Humans all about emotion, right? We're very drawn to emotions, ma. So if you really understand, let's say you are doing a virtual event or a video content or whatever content that we churn out lah, you have to understand your customer avatar. What's your customer's pain point? You really have to know lah, like okay, your customer is from what age to what age, what did they do and stuff. And then if you really get to go deep down, right, and you get to create a content, right, that is you really understand them, right, then it will draw them automatically. It's like they're just like, wow, why is this video talking to me? Why is this MC talking to me? Why is this virtual event like talking to me? So they feel like, oh, okay. So example, like, let's say this person wants to lose weight, and then this trainer in front of him is like let's say it's a gym instructor in front of him, and then he's drawing out the pain points like, oh, I used to be fat, I used to have a bad diet, I used to not sleep well and stuff like that, right? And then if he gets to capture all the things, right, and then if this person buys is not say buy lah, if this person is genuine, right? If this person behind the screen is genuine, or the way the storytelling is genuine, right? The person on the other half of the screen, the audience, right? They can really feel the genuinity. Even that word exists. That genuine, the genuine feel of that person behind the screen, right? Then they will automatically buy. They not say buy, because we get sold by emotions, ma. We are all emotional creatures, ma. So they call this story selling lah. So when you're genuine, right, people actually know it's like, am I talking to you? Am I faking it? Or I'm genuine or stuff like that, right? Human actually can feel it one lah. So even though everything digitalized now, right, even it's just through typing or sound or video, right, if it's done and crafted properly in a genuine manner, right, and then if you really know your customer avatar, if you really know your customer pain point, basically you just really speak to them lah. Even if they read about it, it's even through an article or a video or an audio form, right? If you hit it spot on, right, they will just feel it, and when they feel it, that's why you capture them. They will continue listening on and watching on or hearing on also as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the aspect of storytelling is like the main essence of capturing an audience attention.
And genuine as well. If you're not genuine, you're just faking it and lying through, then of course some people might not smell it, but if people actually smell something fake and not genuine, I think the most important now in this world is all about being genuine, because especially in this world now, a lot of people are faking it online. They have like two different self. One side they are online, they are being someone else, and behind the scene they're being someone else. So someone can look very happy online. I mean, some couples look super. Oh my god! See, distraction. Where were we again? I was talking about what's the last thing before the call came in. I got lost there.
It's okay, no worries. We're talking about how storytelling is and being genuine is a good aspect of it.
Yes. Being genuine is important. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure though. But like in your experience and your opinion, like, you've done so many virtual events, and in your opinion, what do you think are the types of virtual events that are most effective to boosting customer engagement, and why do you think so? It could be like, for example, like webinar, but webinar got a lot of like formats. So one is could be the person just presenting, another one is like Q&A with the customer or the audience, that type of stuff.
Okay.
Mm.
I feel okay. So this is a bit. I don't know if it's subjective or it's too wide
Mm.
because there's so many different types of virtual event out there. But
Mm.
let's say if it's in a conference version or a version where okay, how to put it? Because there's so many variety. Okay, there's those in social media like Facebook or Instagram. There are
Mhm.
those on microsites and landing page as well. So I feel let's go in a general manner lah. Let's say there's a virtual event when you're running, right? I feel that there needs to have a few elements inside lah, where maybe the consumer or the audience, right, they can type in and talk to them, or
Mm.
they can they can go through some type of polling system, or
Mm.
they have a questionnaire system, or maybe they have now there's this thing in I saw in the Western countries where they have augmented reality as well. They use a smartphone
Mm.
and they tag onto a QR code, and then some 3D objects to come out. So it has to be a situation where the entire event 2 or 3 hours, right? There is something that they can do, or there's
Mm.
the MC can interact with them. So it doesn't matter. It comes from it can be a seminar, it can be a webinar, it can be a conference, or it can be a watch show. But it has to have some basic elements inside there, lah. So you're asking what types? I don't think is. I'm not say don't think lah. I mean, that's because I said there's too many types. But like I
Mm.
said, within all these types, there needs to be certain elements inside there. But of course, in different virtual events, you need to put the appropriate things for them to do, for them to engage inside the virtual event as well, lah. So yeah, do I make
Mm.
sense?
Yes, you make sense. Yeah. So, okay, when you talk about like all these elements to keep people engaged during the events, right? Do you think, for example, now right now in Malaysia, there's a lot of SMEs, right? So maybe not necessarily every single SME have a huge amount of budget to work with. So do you think like money is a very big factor when it comes to customer engagement, or do you think that if you've done your research right and you have your creativity in mind, then you don't really need a bunch of money in order to create a very successful like virtual event?
For virtual event, to be honest, I don't think you need a big budget. To be honest, let's say if you're an SME, the best thing now we got this smartphone. With this, you can go live already. But of course,
Yeah.
there's if you're talking a virtual event context, it's like I said, it's very general, very broad. Some people actually
Mhm.
consider live selling online a virtual event as well. Like you're going on Shopee Live or like
Mm.
Lazada Live, they consider that as a virtual event as well. I mean, some people actually consider virtual event as well, lah. So this word it became very general, I would say. But you're talking about a virtual event. Let's say SME wants to run a virtual event. All they need is just a computer. I mean, if
Mm.
they want to do a proper and simple virtual event, lah, they need a laptop and they call it a broadcast software like a vMix or OBS. And of course, we have the more higher tier softwares like Brainstorm and etc. lah, Asymmetry and
Mm.
stuff like that. Those are the more professional broadcast type. But let's say it's an SME, right? You can just go ahead and buy a vMix license or use a free OBS, and you can go
Mm.
live straight. And from there, of course, if you are going on a budget, then you need to have a lot of planning involved, lah. With OBS, maybe you don't have the chat feature, stuff like that. But as long as you know how to engage and plan the entire show, right? You still can have I would say pretty simple and nice and engaging event as well, lah. You just need to know that in every part, let's say you're going for 1 hour show or 2 hour show, right? You need to make sure that probably every 30 minutes or 20 minutes, you need to come out to question your audience, or maybe make them play a game, or give them
Mm.
something to think about, or give them a poll to answer, and,
Mm.
and engage on to see the how many people are voting on that poll and stuff like that. So I think as SME with a pretty good plan and a pretty good agenda can have a good and simple virtual event as well, lah. So yeah, it's possible.
Mm. Okay. But like, how like some events they actually put in incentive for people to engage. So for example, if you do this poll, we'll give you a 50 ringgit voucher or something like that. Do you think all these increments and like incentives actually is necessary in order to have a virtual event successful? Or do you think
Yes,
other?
Yes, you're right. I think it's very, very, very important because, like, even in physical world, you always
Mm,
notice this, like, okay, win an iPhone, and then
mm,
play this game, play this game and win this iPhone, or like every booth you go to, you capture this point, you got a chance to win a concert to see Miley Cyrus or David Beckham, or yeah. So these are all actually, I would say, marketing techniques lah. It's actually called
mm,
gamification lah. Human, we like to play games lah. We like
mm,
gamification, like, because we like challenges. We like to challenge one another, have fun, that kind of thing. So a lot of marketers, they this is like one of the fundamental ways for them to capture their audience attention, and then let them engage through and go through this process where it's either they educate them, or they will learn something, or they understand more about the product. So sometimes that you go for a shopping mall, right? You see a brand, let's say there's a car show. Then within the
mm,
car show, right, there's different games. Let's say you go to you play every different games in this physical world. That is before pandemic happened. We can do such thing. We go to
mm,
different game booths. We collect points, and at the end of the show, maybe we can go through a lucky draw or something. We can win a prize, that kind of thing. So let's say they go to the booth, they collect points, then they win, like, okay, maybe 1,000 voucher to get a cheaper voucher. What am I slurring about? You get to have this voucher of 1,000 ringgit, and then to get
mm,
a cheaper car for 1,000 ringgit, that kind of thing. So
mm,
gamification is one of the best ways, I would say, for human to go through a process where they learn and about the product and have fun and learning it lah. Without this is like a technique, like you're not doing sales in a very pushy way. It's where they are just
mm.
learning and getting to know about you, getting to know about your brand through gamification lah. And I believe all humans love games and having fun lah. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure though. So all in all, like, do you have any tips to share on like how to boost customer engagement during a virtual event? Like, is there like something that you would advise your audience right now to say, like, okay, for example, if you have like a certain amount of budget, like you don't have to worry too much on making it super big and stuff. You just need to have like a clear and precise message. So what is your advice to like SMEs who wants to create virtual events that can be successful?
Okay, first of all, whatever content you're churning out, whether it's live or not live, you have
Mm,
to know your target audience. You have to know where is your target audience, what are they doing, what time are they going to watch your thing. Let's say you're going. Okay, let's say this. We're talking purely virtual event context lah.
yeah.
You have to know when your target audience is free. So let's say now during pandemic moments, as really lockdown like this, right? They're probably free after 8 p.m. So probably that's the time you want to capture them. Or they are the. I just went through a webinar, like 1 hour, 2 hour before the show. So that was talking about digitalization and about a website and about how it's like a digital marketing company actually trying to share some of their services. So they actually choose the time around 4 or 3 or 4 something during working hours. So
Mm,
yeah, probably there's a reason why they do that. They're doing working hours, maybe because they believe that during working hours is a time where maybe they can actually bring some of their colleagues in to share about this new service or new product they have. So like
mm,
let's say you have to really strategize and know also, like I said, maybe that digital marketing feels that during the working hour time was the best time where most of the target market is actually on the show, and they will have free time to actually watch the show. Maybe the
mm,
target market is corporate people, where maybe after working hours they have families and stuff, they have to take care of their family, the children and stuff like that. So maybe they purposely choose a working hour time so that they feel that that's the time where they are actually free to attend the show. So like I said, in any content, but let's say we're talking about the virtual event site, right? You have to know your target audience. You have to know what time they are available. You have to know what age are they on. You have to know whether they're using a smartphone or using the laptop to watch you. And these are important things that you need to know. Okay, besides that, you also need to know like I say, the customer avatar, their pain points. And then after you grab, okay, this is the time they're going to go online. This is the time they're going to watch my show. So after that, you have to hit it and start it with a very good title and a good, I would say a good title. I mean, it's how to say good title, as in a good, a
clickbait.
good theme, a direction where they know that this is what their customer wants. Because if they come into the show, then you have the wrong topic. There's a wrong topic. That's the word I'm looking for, topic. So if you have the wrong topic, right, then when the person come in, right, they're like, hey, why is this guy talking about this thing? It's like off, and
Mm,
then okay, when you get the right topic, and then you have to be like if you really hit the right topic, the right pain point, and the right direction, right, you'll be like a magician talking to your audience. The audience will be like very drawn into your show. They will yeah, you get what I mean, right? Let's say I mean, Natasha, I don't know what you like, I don't know what you watch, but let's say what's your favorite character or movie or something like that?
Okay, I like I don't know, action movies.
Okay, so action movies. So imagine like you're a fan of action movies, and then when you go inside the movie, it's like the title is like I would say Kick Ass #2, and then you think it's going to be an action movie, but when you go in and then it's like say, hey, because it's kind of a romantic movie. So so like the kind of thing. So actually you really capture the target audience and the right topic and stuff. But so when you go in the show, right, you have to talk to your audience like a magician. So you like you for your action movie, right? When you, let's say you really hit the right movie and then the right direction, right, and when you go for the movie, right, watch the movie at time, right, you feel like, wow, this is an awesome action movie. I came in for this action movie and I really get the action movie that I want. But also it's very important to know your target audience and understand their pain points and their avatar, what they want, where they want to head to, what's their dreams, that kind of thing. So this one really you need to go boil down into proper research. I think you actually can Google for customer avatar and understand. I mean, really break down step by step. Okay, what's their dreams? What's their pain point? Where they want to get to? What's their problem now? And what's their issue now? How do you solve them? That kind of thing. So if you really boil down and really get detailed, right? Once they come in your show, right, you feel like, wow, Natasha is really talking to me. Natasha really knows what I want, that kind of thing. So they will like just listen, and then then of course you need some engagement in between lah. You ask them the right questions, and then you actually tell them the right direction and so on, and then they will really get drawn into you. And if you really do everything right, you'll be you slowly educate them, and it's like a process lah. And then they get to know you, and they become like your loyal fan as well, and become your loyal customer as well lah. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think like most important is doing your research and making sure you nailed down who you're trying to reach at the end of the day.
Yes. Totally agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's basically everything we have for today. That's all for the episode for this podcast. So if you're interested to catch more of us, you know where to find us. We are on HR on YouTube. And thank you so much, Kenneth, for coming on the Work Boss podcast with me today.
Thanks, Natasha. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having me on the show. I'm a bit nervous, I guess. So I don't know, I got slur or blunder out, stuff like that. But overall, I did enjoy this process, and I now have actually someone to talk to, even though through screen. Hopefully, one day after pandemic, I can meet you in person, and maybe we can talk more about virtual events or like LinkedIn or maybe physical events, maybe, and also and everything that we can do during the non-pandemic moment. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure though. All right. Thanks everyone. See you guys in the next one.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.